Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, hi. Oh, my computer scared me at first. I had a weird blue error screen when I turned it on, and then I turned it back on, left it alone for like a few minutes, but now it's back. Ooh, that was bad. I'm like, oh no, please don't tell me something bad happened to it, but nah, it's working, it's all good. Yep, it's definitely all good. It's not like it's gonna break on me midstream. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Oh, cries. But yeah, it should be fine. I'm gonna believe. And yay! Good progress then. Hopefully I can finish it without any issues. It's not like there's gonna be a crash or anything from my computer. No, that would never happen. Oh man, so many things happened last time in the stream though. Like first, we get to go to a place looking for Sus Oranberry and the epic sniper girl. Then there's an accidental misfiring. Our boy Federico ends up adopting some children. And there's another sus guy for the Seaborn. But this should be fine, I believe. Like, look at this. It's a nice operation name, Serenade. Yeah, Serenade, we're gonna believe. It must be a nice thing if it's gonna be serenaded.
There's no sign of fighting inside the house. The children are still sleeping. Hyman wouldn't harm the kids. You can be sure of that. Not yet. I don't know how long she can maintain her reason. Thank you. How do you intend to tell the kids about Hyman when they wake up? They have a right to know. Sometimes, ignorance is bliss. Is that a suggestion? No, Federico. I hope you don't mind me calling you that. It was you who spared Hyman. It was you who earned the children's trust. The choice is yours. Feeling the weight? I'm not wearing any extra weights.
I like how seriously he took that.
I'll take that as your personal brand of humor. What are you looking at? Do you know what this is? A piece of cloth. We stuff like that to make blankets for winter, but I've never seen this pattern before. It's a common Lateran pattern.
Underneath the cloth, the twins' breathing is long and steady. The executor looks at it for a while, then turns his gaze to the simple desk beside. There's a small clay jar in it. Other than the children, the flower in the jar, not yet fully wilted, provides the only color in the room.
A flower? It's pretty dried up. Must have been there for at least 2 days. Is this Hyman's hobby? I don't know. I thought I knew the people who follow me, but I'm not even sure. I must return to the sacrarium. I have enough information to pass judgment on the Sarkaz. And what is your judgment? First, there is something I must know. Have you had any interaction with Orin Agriolus? Orin the nuncio? Yes. Not much. He went missing soon after he arrived. I see. You call yourself Gerald, but that is not your real name. Who can say if a name is real or not? I've used it for 10 years. I've been Gerald the Hunter ever since we started living here and built our first house with those broken planks. How you identify is none of my concern. You can be Gerald. Then...
A strange sense of urgency causes the words to fall from that tongue. Federico does not give him the time to speak. He says the name that has not been spoken in public for 10 years.
A mercenary who made his name in the Kazil Civil War, wanted by the Notorial Hall, 32 confirmed crimes on his record, responsible for annihilating 3 of the Holy Lateran's executor maniples. Host, Typhondel. You knew. Yes, I knew. What I can find out, others can too. This is your final warning. Your identity is no longer a secret, Gerald. Target structure confirmed. Hard to believe the Sarkaz would really want to live in an abbey of ours. Ready to move in? No rush. We'll wait for the order. Let's wait and see. We have the area surrounded. Same as the Sarkaz team we nabbed earlier. Not a single one of them is getting away. Yes, sir!
I got some food. It's not much, but it's better than nothing. Sorry, Serpilia. I'm not hungry. Well, I'll leave it here. You might start to feel hungry in a bit. Gracias, Serpilia. What for? Nothing in particular. I just wanted to thank you. Eat up and go to bed if you really want to thank me. I get off earlier that way. Really? Then I'll go to sleep. Sorry, I can't sleep. I figured. Are you sure you should be here? I'm feeling much better now. What I mean is, you don't have to stay with me if you don't want to. Watching you is my job. I'm not exactly a saint. I won't run away. Who knows? The better a girl behaves, the more you have to keep an eye on her. Do you know what those black horns in your head mean? Do you know what's waiting for you when you're brought back to Laterano? No, I don't. Of course you don't. You can't empath with me, can you? Oh, don't look like that. I was just trying to scare you a little. His Holiness is pretty kind, all things considered. No need to worry too much. I'm not worried. Whatever punishment I receive, I deserve. What's that sound? Is there someone outside? Whatever it is, it's none of your business. Stay put. I'll check it out. If it's our friend out there, he should be able to visit. Huh? Strange, there's nobody here.
You're really letting your guard down. It hasn't been that long.
The way you talk still makes me want to punch you. I'm wondering how you operate in Victoria. Did you spend all your time making enemies for Laterano, Orin?
I resent that characterization. No one takes his job more seriously than me. Speaking of job, you're ready on your side, aren't you, Serpilia?
Maybe.
I need a less ambiguous answer. We move at dawn, if there are no complications.
What are you planning, Orin? Strange. Serpilia hasn't come back yet? Things seem to have calmed down outside. What's that sound? Serpilia, is that you? Oh, shh.
It's me.
Raimund?
Come with me, Fortuna.
Hey, the bestie's bringing her out. Finally outside.
Why are you here, Lemuen?
There was a bit of trouble. I ran into someone unpleasant and let him get away. It sounds even worse when I put it that way. I came because I heard a commotion over here. I'm surprised you would make a threat like that.
Threat?
Wasn't it? Then what did you mean?
I was only telling the truth. Correct judgment is based on the truth of the present situation. I don't need to threaten anyone.
I think I get it. But there is nothing more unpredictable than people, even if we fail to understand our own thoughts sometimes. And it's not unusual for our actions and thoughts to contradict one another. Experience tells me that things rarely develop in the most logical way. Setting that aside, the situation is more complicated than I expected. We need to exchange information, Federico. And the information has been exchanged. You mean the monster we saw was the missing Sarkaz by the name of Hyman? The state that you saw her in was different from what I saw, and if that's the case...
She has gone from being impossible to communicate with, demonstrating no capacity for thought beyond feeding instinct, to being able to communicate in a limited manner.
Evolution.
That is a reasonable hypothesis.
Nah, Federico seems like the best person to talk to, honestly. Because he won't force you to make small talk, which I appreciate sometimes. Like at parties, I'm usually by myself and I'm enjoying myself. I want to pet the dog, not talk to people.
She has undergone a transformation. During a mission, I read about a religious cult that operates on the Iberian coastline.
The Church of the Deep. You seem to know a lot about them, Federico. Have you seen similar creatures on previous missions?
Rarely.
But you have. That makes things easier to explain. I had reason to read up on it a while ago. We may be working with the Iberian Inquisition concerning that cult. They've caught His Holiness's attention. I didn't expect to run into them here.
It's a difficult problem.
Difficult and dangerous. I doubt I would have gotten the upper hand if that visitor was trying to do more than slow me down. This is irritating. I really need to get back to form. Even Superior will start looking down on me at this rate. Back to the situation at hand. Are you sure you should have told Gerald all that?
He has a right to know.
Alright, what's the plan now?
Investigate.
What?
Fires don't start on their own. Something is not right with the fire of the sacrarium. And the flower. No, I can't be sure yet. First, I need to find what caused the fire.
Oh no, are those flowers sus?
The flowers of life. Sorry to wake you at this hour. It's okay, a lot of us couldn't sleep anyway. I've let everyone know we can leave at any time. But didn't you say we were leaving in the morning? What changed? Is it because of the fire? I guarantee you it wasn't Ryman who did it. We don't need to. No, I don't suspect him. Then, we have a situation, I'll explain later. But we can't wait until morning. Still no word from the team we sent out? No, it's strange. They might have run into trouble. Should I take a few guys and check it out? No, we'll go together. Make sure everyone sticks together. No one wanders off on their own. I'll scout ahead. Have the old folks come with me. You take the rear guard with Raimund, alright? Something's not alright. I can see it on your face. What's going on? You're anxious. Why? Because of the Laterans? Nothing gets past you. You're always cautious, Reed. Stop. That's not my name anymore. Sorry,
Gerald cannot finish his sentence. He realizes why his old friend could tell something was wrong at a glance. He realizes he had his hand on the hilt of his dagger. He is turning from Gerald the hunter into the mercenary he once was.
Sorry. It felt too much like our Kazo days. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I have a bad feeling about this. Call it a hunch. But we should leave as soon as possible. Yes, as soon as possible. Take the ones who are ready. We go now. Like I said, you're the boss. Your call. But the last time you had a hunch, it was about finding a place and having a better life. We'll find it, I swear. I believe you. You found this place for us. I hope it goes smoothly. I'm sorry, Aileen, but I can't take you this time. Will you blame me for it? What would you think if you could see this? Who's there? It's me, Gerald. Are you busy? There's something you should know.
Clemens, please don't be sus.
Wow, that old man is intimidating, isn't he? This mission has gotten seriously complicated. Sarkaz, a fallen angel, and a mad abbot. Give me a break. And I'm here with Federico of all people. Is that a good thing or not? Just in case. Orin, it's me. Are you gonna do it? You got the guys there, right? I suggest you look into this Bishop Stefano. Something's not right with them. It could be dangerous. A hunch? Maybe. I have a bad feeling about this abbey. Well, I guess that's not the right way to put it. It's bad because things aren't that bad. You've been here longer than I have. Don't you feel it? How could there be a place where everyone works so hard yet feels no hope at all? That's such a sad thing.
Yeah, it'd be adorable if they went to Rimbilliton with Big Bob. They can work on the farm with Bob. They will have the nice farm life.
So I told Raimund about Delphina and Fortuna, not knowing that he didn't know. He got very worked up. I'm concerned. Gerald, are you okay? I'm fine, don't worry. It's not your fault. I just didn't have a chance to tell him. Where's Raimund? He ran out after asking me about Fortuna. He said he was going to get her back. They have Laterans guarding Fortuna. Are you sure about this? The Songta won't allow it. Raimund was born here. Things are different out there. He doesn't understand our relationship with the Sancta. I remember, you said that relations between the Sancta and the Sarkaz are bad. It might not have been so bad if we were all just civilians. Won't Ryman be in danger? I'll find him. Thanks for telling me. There isn't much I can do. I'm beginning to think you were right, Gerald. You should leave this place. Go now. It's the right choice. Don't wait until tomorrow. That's the plan. You seem anxious, Clement. Did something else happen? I'm fine. Today has been quite a day. It's a little too much. Go, Gerald. You're right. You shouldn't stay here. Something's off about you, Clement. Calm down, you. Boss, we got a problem. What is it? We went the opposite way from the scout team, as you had ordered, and we saw troops approaching the abbey. Troops? Laterans, Sancta, and Pontifica cohorts. I fought them many times. I know them from a mile away. They're going to surround us. They never intended to let us go.
Aw. Aw, if this is the case, that's sad. Gerald draws his fingers back with a start. A moment later, he realizes that it's because his fingertips are too cold. So cold that the leather sheath seems to be burning.
Clement, I'm here. What do we do? Don't worry. I've been running for too long. This is just putting things back the way they should be. All will be settled. Tell us what to do, boss. We're prepared to fight. Thank you for spending all these years with me, all of you. Don't talk like that. What are you doing, Gerald? What are you doing? Put down the knife. Calm down. I'm perfectly calm, Clement.
The Sarkaz exhales, clutches a dagger, and pulls it out from its sheath. It burns. For an instant there, he had difficulty holding on to his old friend.
My mind has not been so clear in a decade. If only blood can end it all, then there's only one thing left to do. Don't worry. The blood of a Sarkaz is not shed lightly.
Gerald, what are you doing? I like you, Gerald. You are the MVP for here. Gerald's best boy. Like, come on, Gerald. No. I'm thinking he's gonna sacrifice himself.
He'll be like, you're here for me, right, guys? Take me and let my boys go.
Because Gerald seems like that kind of guy. He's cool like that, which makes me sad. Because he's cool. He's too cool. Gerald's just built different. And oh, these guys are getting scared. I don't want them to be scared because when they get scared, they do stupid things. And I don't like them being dummies. Okay, a little bit more. 19, 20. Okay, there. No fear. I gotta start bringing others out, though. And also maybe do this, because I gotta calm these people down. Because they're scared. And, oh no! Sir, can you just like not hit that machine? Sir, stop it. Stop it, sir. No. I need to get rid of him. You're gonna scare the civilians. No, they're gonna get hit by rocks now. Oh, I don't want that to happen. I'm just glad there's no holes in the floor. Like at the very least, no holes. But oh, they're gonna be hit by boulders. I don't appreciate that. Susie, save us. Wait, Fortuna, what are you doing here? Girl, are you gonna get hurt too?
Ready to go.
Or do I have to fight you? Oh, she's strong. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, I don't like that. Civilian, stop running. Please stop running. You're gonna get hurt. Come on, just a little bit more. Okay. No! They were ran over. Ah, the boulders got them in the end. They should have stopped running, but no. Oh well. Raimund. Wait, Raimund. What are you doing?
taking you away from here. I know what's going on. I won't let them take you. No need to be scared. Come with me. We'll help you.
No, I'm not scared. Raimon, let me go. You don't get it.
Sorry. Was I hurting you?
I'm okay. I decided to go with them to Laterano, Raimond.
What? What are you saying? Did they threaten you? You'll die if you go there.
I deserve to. Let me go, Raimond. No one threatened me. I killed Fina. I can't run away from this.
Delphina? That was an accident.
No, I don't want to hear that anymore, especially from you. An accident. An accident. Of course I wouldn't point a gun at Fina on purpose. It was a tragic accident, but she's dead. Dead. She'll never open her eyes again. She'll never speak to us again.
Fortuna, calm down. You'll hurt yourself.
I wanna calm down. I don't want to be crying like this. But why doesn't anyone blame me? Why does everyone call it an accident? As though that means Fina's death didn't matter. I killed Fina. What difference does it make if it was an accident?
Breathe. Don't hold it in. Feeling better?
I'm sorry, Raimond. I shouldn't be like this. But I don't know what to do. I only know that I can't go. I can't run away and pretend nothing happened. I can't accept that it was an accident. This is my sin.
No more talking.
Don't worry about me, Raimond. It might not be that bad. Serpilia, that Lateran emissary who came today, she was kind to me. I wasn't mistreated. Maybe they'll lock me up when we get to Laterano. I have horns now. I don't know if I'm a Sanct anymore. It doesn't really matter if I'm not. Anyway, I'm fine, Raimond. You...
No.
Huh?
I can't let it happen. I can't just leave you like this, Fortuna.
Raimond, what are you... Eek!
Hush. Hold your breath. Someone's coming.
He hung up. When did you get Rochelle to When did you get Rochelle over to your side?
That's an exaggeration. He's always been the type who only does what's good for him. He's even better than I am at looking out for himself. Oh, I feel like I'm being watched.
Has your paranoia finally caused you to hallucinate, Oren?
I'd rather believe that there really is someone watching in the shadows. Just a joke. Don't look at me like that. Where's the fallen angel you're watching?
Sound asleep, I would think. Stay on topic. What were you saying about pushing the schedule forward? Not that you can't, but that's not what we agreed on. Why the sudden change? Give me a reason.
What difference does it make to you?
Not much, which is why I can choose not to cooperate.
Unless my memory deceives me, I have command of the troops.
I'm prepared to write a report. You're anxious, Oren. What's the matter? This is a secret operation. It's not so easy to deploy troops. If the matter of the saints didn't catch His Holiness's attention. Even then, His Holiness seems to have noticed something, and specifically sent Federico. You know how hard it is to pull wool over Federico's eyes.
Do you really think you succeeded?
Probably not. But I would say I know him well enough. There won't be much trouble if he doesn't pursue the matter. Our goal is just to stop everyone who wants to leave, isn't it? On the other hand, the beast is out of the bag the moment you give the order to attack.
Federico isn't concerned about the means, only the ends.
Oh? You think so? Let me just make it clear that if you get on his bad side, I can't stop him.
So much for camaraderie.
I feel like he has to have big benefits to side with him rather than be convincing, because he's sus. A message? Who could it be at this hour? Oh.
Who is it?
See for yourself.
Bring Oren to the narthex immediately. Federico.
So much for the wool.
Huh. Everything you talked about, I'll take care of. Do as I say. We take control of the Abbey immediately. Get all available hands on it.
That urgent?
An old man has given the last 60 years of his life to the Abbey. He went so far as to imprison Lateran emissaries for the sake of those Sarkas. He suddenly became open to compromise in desperate circumstances, even proposing something so ritualistic as a final farewell. Why do you think? That plus some Sarkas who are not entirely unknown, and visitors hiding in the shadows. We have to act quickly. I've got a bad feeling.
Take control? What does he mean? Why?
Don't you understand? The Sancta lied to us. I have to tell Gerald. I knew it! Those Laterans never intended to play nice. The situation has changed. It's dangerous for you to be with me. Find a safe place. I doubt they'll do anything to you immediately.
Wait, Raymond. I changed my mind. I'm coming with you. Aw, she's gonna protect her bestie.
My, what a coincidence to run into you two. I'm so glad you're safe, Lemoine. Any news?
You look concerned, Executor Rochelle.
I found something that I think warranted investigation. It has to do with the abbot, but anyway, more investigation is needed. What about you, Federico? What are you doing? Work. Okay, that much is obvious. What did you find? Something to do with the Sarkas? Yes. I heard last night's fire was started by an angry Sarkas. Is that true? No.
What's this? Rehearsing your stand-up comedy routine?
Enough jokes. Jokes? Orin and Ophelia will be here soon. Well, by the sound of it, you knew Orin hid on purpose from the get-go? Obviously. That's just his luck, isn't it? He can't seem to get away from you, whether at the Summit of Nations or now.
I allowed Orin to act on his own accord, because the complicated situation at the Sanctilaminium, Ambrosisi called for a plan B. But maybe he needs a reminder. So, what's going on? I was told to come immediately and bring Orin. There you are, Orin. Finally decided to show your face.
It's been a while, Lemoine. Can't you be a little nicer to me? We're partners in this mission after all.
It's because we're partners that you're still able to talk. Whatever your plan was, the situation here doesn't call for that kind of aggression. It's time to stop, Orin.
Couldn't you two pretend you didn't see anything? Like that guy over there? Oh, I would prefer if you didn't drag me into this. I will deal with Rochelle when we return to the Notorio Hall. Gratias, Orin. As for you, Orin, if you truly believe that there is no need for you to operate independently, you may try to persuade me. I mean, there is a need. Well, since no one else is here, I'll cut straight to the chase. Did you really think I wouldn't notice that you were trying to let those two kids go? A fallen Sancta and a Sarkas, even a blind man wouldn't notice.
Humph. You.
I've been patient for far too long.
Are you criticizing my methods?
Not at all, not at all. But I have my own methods. We've wasted too much time here. We need to consider how to can get this done quickly, with no loose ends.
Interesting wording.
And so you decide to deploy a Special Forces unit? You make it sound so easy. You know full well that deploying troops and giving the orders are two different things. Do you know how hard it was to come up with a justification that even His Holiness could not rebuke? Now I have one. That Sarkas boy, Raimund, arson of a sacrarium is a serious offense. That's before I mentioned that he's a Sarkas. We're perfectly justified in seizing him and taking the investigation into our hands.
Orin, was it you who lit it on fire, Orin?
He was not the one who set fire to the sacrarium. Your justification is baseless. I have no need of your investigation until I uncover the truth. The truth? Ha! Is the truth really important? What is more rational and logical than taking control and securing order? Did you not consider it, Federico? Is the truth really so important to you?
Did you not consider the possibility of the locals resisting, Orin?
I didn't think you would say something so silly, Lemuen. If the Sarkaz want to resist, so much the better. Who's there?
The sound of knocking echoes through the hall. The door creaks open and the unusually bright rays of moon pour in through the gap. There's a figure standing in the moonlight.
Signor Federico.
Clement, what's going on? Oh. No, is that Gerald, my boy?
Clement, I finally found you, Signor Federico. I was asked to bring you this. By whom? What is?
Orin's still sus. The rest of the sentence vanishes into the night. The tall and thin figure approaches, his back to the moonlight, his head bowed. It is as if all light in the room has converged upon him, but the overly bright light also casts a dark, suffocating shadow. Now Federico sees what Clement is holding. What he said he was asked to bring to Federico. A dagger, old but no less sharp for it, once hidden in the belt of a certain someone. Next to the dagger, there's a package wrapped in a cloth that had been dyed in a deep shade of red, from which some sort of liquid continues to drip. What is it? It is...
The sinner, host Typhondale, offers his head freely.
Gerald, you were too cool for this world.
The sinner has admitted responsibility for all the crimes, all the evils committed hitherto. He has now paid his price. All that remains is a band of insignificant vagrants. Will the reverend emissaries of Laterano show grace and mercy?
He literally took one for the team.
Signor Federico, I bring you Gerald's last words. He begs you to take the head of the fugitive host and his weapon. In exchange, spare Fortuna and Raimund. Spare the other Sarkaz.
I feel so bad for everyone. Like, Clement is having one of the worst days of his life, too. He loved the flowers, and then they all burned. He was friends with Gerald guys, too, and then that happened. If Clement ends up being like a final boss, I understand. This is like a villain origin story. In the garden, though no longer unblemished, this flower has still not changed. Gerald was too cool for the world. Like, Gerald was a cool guy. His other name, he did bad stuff. But Gerald was cool. Look here, host. You've got to hand to Clement. He really planted the flowers in front of the statue, prettier than anywhere else. I'm surprised Stefano was okay with it, digging the hole in the sacrarium floor, searching for the right dirt, all that.
Take it easy, you're injured.
It's just a little scratch.
Even little scratches can get worse. And call me Gerald.
Alright, you're starting to nag like Stefano. That's why his face is all wrinkly. Don't end up like him. Worry less, meddle less. That's the key to a long life.
Don't say that. Stefano was the best for the Abbey. It's thanks to him that we get to live here.
I know, I'm just saying he worries too much. I'm afraid it'll become too much for him.
Stefano was considered stubborn, even among the Sancta. He won't budge on what he thinks is right. But that's one of the reasons we found refuge here. He says the Sarkaz are just like other people.
And he's right. Well, you and I will have his back if things become too much for him. We'll repay our debt. And stop thinking about what happened in the past. We turned our backs on Teresa when we left Casdell. We can't go back, Gerald. Neither of us can.
I know. You don't need to remind me. I don't remember when I stopped believing in Her Highness's vision. I couldn't see the future of the Sarkaz and our two rulers.
It's okay.
I'm fine. We have a new life now. I led those who wanted to leave away from Kasdell. I'll take responsibility.
Life is much better than it used to be.
Be careful. We don't have the same resources we all did before. And there are some tough customers among those bandits.
Aren't you being a little too careful? How long will it take for the infamous mercenary to become a humble hunter out in the middle of nowhere? 5? 10? Gerald,
Yes.
have you really thought about what you'll look like when you put down your weapons for real and settle in as a humble hunter? What will I look like?
No, I've never thought about it. What will I look like? You'll see for yourself, Aileen.
A long time ago, Gerald used to look up at the night sky when he needed a breather after killing. The sky is an oppressive black, the campfire has gone out, and even the embers have cooled. Bloodied mercenaries wipe away the dirt from their faces, gazing at their equally battered comrades, briefly pondering questions they hardly have the luxury to think about. Can Sarkas like them truly hope for a happy life? He once believed that the day would come when the Sarkas rebuilt their home, but he feels more helpless with each passing day. They have shed too much blood. They will run out of blood before their monarch's vision comes true. Eventually, Gerald abandoned Kasdell, bringing along those gasping for breath, running from the land they once fought to death for. They hid from the world, ultimately finding a place that would take them. All they wanted was a normal, peaceful life. The dream came true. Once. When did life turn bitter and oppressive? It is like a fine dish on the table that no one has tasted. It has gone bad through no one's doing. Well, when I realized Gerald was going to take one for this team, I thought they were going to stop him. That's what I was expecting, but no. Gerald's like, nah. I will offer my life for their lives. An eye for an eye, life for a life. Like, dang, Gerald. It has gone bad through no one's doing. If only blood can end this all, then there is only one thing left to do.
Don't bother trying to change my mind, Clement. I can't go and I won't go. I never told you my old name. It's not a past I'm proud of. An infamous deserter, a broken man. With me here, they have an excuse to harm the others. Don't be so sad. I'm just going to see Aileen. Death is familiar enough to me. I used to trade in death. My life is a small price to pay for the lives of all the others. And don't worry about the ones left behind. They'll follow my order. Ryman is young. He might be impetuous. Do try to calm him down, won't you? Finally, tell Stefano that we probably shouldn't have stopped. Back when we were wandering the wastes, maybe we shouldn't have tried to stay. But this place was too good. It was like a dream, living together for so many years. Sooner or later, though, we all have to wake up. Tell Stefano, gratias. And me penitet. I'll leave the rest to you, Clement. Here, at the end of it all, am I a hunter, or am I still that mercenary? I'm sorry, Aileen. I don't suppose you'd like what I become, what I look like now. Dawn is broken. It seemed like a lot has happened, but then it also seemed like it all happened in the blink of an eye. It was a long night, wasn't it? What are you doing? Nothing worthy of your time, Signor Federico. I just wanted to find a flower. Gerald shouldn't go see Aileen empty-handed. But it looks like the fire last night burned everything. There's nothing left. If it's just the flower you want, you wouldn't need to come here. You don't understand, Signor Federico. It's not the same. The flowers here are different, a special breed grown only in this monastery. They represent friendship and hope. Yes, friendship and hope. The abbot told me that they were a symbol of Laterano's partnership with Iberia, one of the abbey's most important possessions. Beautiful. I was struck immediately. There used to be flower beds all over the abbey, covering every inch when you looked down from the bell tower during bloom season. Aileen loved the sight of it, so did Gerald. Many were scared to talk to the Sarkas, but they got along a lot better. After the first bloom season, people realized that the cruel and warlike Sarkas would stop to take a look when they passed by the flower beds. They would take a flower or two to put in their homes. They weren't fearsome desperados. They were no different from us. There is one here. Ah, you mean the one beneath the statue? I saw it. It was lucky to lie beneath the statue when it fell. But it's not the one I wanted. Why? Look at it. Don't you see? It may have hid itself beneath the statue, but its stem is broken, and its petals are burned. But it's still here. Is it? I used to believe there were things that would survive no matter the adversity. You may laugh, but I truly did. Life wasn't easy, but all was good. Amita Nina would make snacks for the kids when she has the time. Have you ever heard of herb pizzelle? Amita Nina and Hyman made them from the Lateran recipe using Sarkas herbs, a dessert that everyone loved, one that belonged to this abbey and this abbey alone. Amita Nina used to say that tasting bitter fruit was all well and good, but the children should grow up knowing more than bitterness. They should know that what sweetness tastes like. I will commit this dessert to memory. Ha, it's not important. We forgot the taste of sweetness a long time ago. No one makes pizzelle anymore. I find myself curious at times. If Sancta weren't so special, if everyone in Laterano was mundane, normal, and insignificant as I am, would the holy city still look the same? Would Laterano be Laterano? I don't know. That's a shame. Clement, do you no longer have faith? Have your beliefs changed? I was just made to see reality. Things are not as immutable as people think. Testing them only harms them. One little flaw, one little imperfection, one tiny little wound, and it's broken beyond repair. Like the flower you found. The flower I'm looking for is no longer here. It's almost time for matins. I should go. Goodbye, Signor Federico.
Clement is a cool dude too. He spent all night until dawnbreak looking for a flower for his bestie Gerald. It's like, no, I don't want that flower. I want a perfect flower for him. But there's no flowers. Oh, sadness. Truly sadness. I hope that Clement survives this event. Since Gerald couldn't. Come on, Clement. Federico Giallo stands alone in the morning light of the sacrarium. The marks left behind by the flames have already been scrubbed away. Deprived of its furnishings, the sacrarium feels empty, with only the sound of footsteps to fill it. Federico is an outstanding executor. He has been with the notarial hall for 6 years, carrying out his duties with excellence. But this is his first year as a saint. There is no one to guide him or instruct him. The silent saint picks up the broken and burned flower. The statue protected it from the flames. It was a miracle that it survived the fire. But this miracle was worthless in the eyes of another.
The flower is still here. But it is not the one he wanted? Wounds beyond repair. I don't understand. Would Laterano still be Laterano? Insufficient data to reach a conclusion.
Executor Federico realizes at the start. Clement's expression was too calm. He did not mention Gerald's death, nor the arrangements of the other Sarkas. What about himself? Words without action have no power. That is why he did not say he would find out the truth. Nor did he say that he would fulfill Gerald's last request. Federico gazes at the broken flower before his eyes. He has a feeling that someday he will find the answer to all the questions in this flower. Morning, Sarah. It's time to wake up. Aaron, wake up, Aaron. Mama came back yesterday. Huh? She came back? Where is she? It must be her, look. A new blanket from Mama? It's a little torn, but there are pictures of circles on it. And people with wings. Like what Mama promised us. Who cares if it's a little torn? Mama's clothes are torn too. We have to be good. I wonder if she also made them the hand puppets. I know. Let's go and find Senor Federico. Can we play with Senor Federico today? No, silly. We're gonna tell Senor Federico that Mama came back to see us last night, so he doesn't need to worry. Yeah, totally. He does not have to worry. Yes, indeed. No worries. And look, joined by love. What's the worst that's gonna happen here? What a nice sounding... Oh no, there's holes in the ground. Oh man, I gotta patch those. I gotta be careful here. But joined by love, we will believe in the power of love. This seems normal so far.
There you are, Father. It's your turn to clean the chapel today, Jory. Gratias. Just doing my job. I had trouble sleeping anyway. I'll fetch the sacramental bread. No need. Oh right, look at me. Dust all over my hands. Say, do you smell something? It's pretty faint. A strange smell? No, a pleasant one. It's fresh. I sense it. Vitality. It's hard to put into words. It's like a standard downwind. I don't know where it comes from, but I feel like I'd get somewhere if I followed it. I think it's the smell of flowers, Jory. We don't have enough flour, so flour powder was added to the sacramental bread. The few remaining bottles of wine in the cellar have started to go sour. I also added some flour powder to those too. Clement harvested some flowers a couple of years ago, grinding them into a powder and storing it in the cellar. He loves the flowers, just as he loves us. This will be the final communion we take before the abbey departs. We are short on food, however, so we must reduce each share of sacramental bread, even mixing in other grains. Please don't say that. I'm very much looking forward to today's communion. Then go and wash your face. Come back with the others once it's time for matins. I'll do the rest myself. Yes, Father. Will we be saved after today, Father? All of us, Sancta and Sarkaz. Will we all be saved? Even though Gerald is already... Go, Jory. Okay. See you later, Father.
The old man closes the door. He climbs the chancel slowly. Stefano Torregrossa, the aging abbot of Sanctillaminium Ambrolisi, carefully divides the sacramental bread and wine. His head is bowed. It's still early. The dim morning light shines through the windows behind the holy statue. The face of the statue is hidden in darkness, as is the abbot's own.
Yes, we will all be saved.
Mr. Abbott, I'm hoping that it's not gonna happen, but I was thinking like, oh yes, salvation, like some people think that like death can be salvation, and he's gonna be mixing other stuff into the bread. So, please don't be poisoned. I'm just gonna say that. She walks into the broken sacrarium, crushing the charred remains of plants to powder beneath her feet. The arched roof of the sacrarium has collapsed in the fire, exposing the interior in the sunlight. The wind has carried away the smell, but there is no one to clean up the rubble. The marks of the fire will remain forever, unless the chapel is rebuilt. She takes a look at the collapsed statue, then abruptly turns to the empty space behind her. Human struggle, punish and forgive themselves like a sonata at its climax. The key is dancing in a frantic tune. When a decision is made, the long and steady coda begins, the emptiness at the end of catharsis, yet infinitely determined. Emotions are complex, but the changes are always alike. The melody is conventional, regular, devoid of surprise. I guess it depends on the person. Some people would rather have the poison than become a Seaborn. If I had to choose between the two, I personally would rather become a Seaborn and then hope that I can become like a super duper epic one. Like, I want to become like the jellyfish monster. Like, that's cool. It's kind of like choosing to become a zombie in the zombie apocalypse. Sometimes you can become a super duper epic zombie. I sense your serenity. You've made your choice. In any case, the song I should play is you. Hear the voice of your own heart, here at the very end. You lost, vibrant soul.
All the pots and chopping boards, signs of baking, but no smell of yeast in the air. Oh, I guess it's unleavened bread. This looks like they were preparing the Eucharist here. There is unidentified debris. It feels wet. Is it because we're underground? No. There is flour left in the corner. Why is it so damp and sticky? The smell. Is this the only path the pious abbot saw at the end of it all? Can't get in touch with Federico. Tell Oren. They'll only make things more complicated. Am I the one who's going to have to do this? I barely know where Iberia even is. This is such a headache. My forces will soon surround the monastery. I will command them to block every path in and out. You stay here and coordinate with the assault. What is it?
Are you sure you want to do this, Oren?
Did you go over to Lemo inside the moment you saw her? I don't think I need to waste my time explaining this again.
But I'll stop you, Oren. Lemuen?
Ugh, she caught up. By the time when I rendezvous with the troops.
No way. Do you see the expression on her face? I'm not getting on her bad side. I still remember when she dragged me out of the school and confiscated my drone. I never saw it again. Gratias, Aprilia. You never thought to convince the abbot to bring the monastery back to Laterano.
That's your job.
You never intended to let any of the Sarkas leave. You've even got commandos deployed to carry out your plan.
50 men. The limit of what I can muster.
What are the Lateran laws to you, Oren?
I will submit myself to His Holiness's judgment when we get back, though I don't think I've done anything that should be punished.
You know the consequences of an assault on the abbey. The people here, both Sarkas and Sancta, are like travelers who lost their way in the wilderness, who found warmth by the campfire. The campfire guides their kin to rescue them, and other poor wandering souls. They have no one to count on. They are weak and frightened, but they still hold on to their precious kindness. That's why Gerald gave his life to plead with us, and ordered the Sarkas under his leadership to keep the peace between the two sides. But what if the campfire has attracted some beasts?
I wish I could say pretty words and do the kind of work everyone admires, Cardinal Aide Lemuen. But I can't. You've never traveled the war-torn wastes with thousands upon thousands of refugees, seen the dark cloud that blankets the skies over Londinium. But I thought you would have at least have a tacit understanding with me. Give some thought to the danger in letting those Sarkas go.
Like, sure, she hasn't, Oren, but there are others who have, like, let's say, Rhodes Island. And oh, look at Rhodes Island, the ultimate melting pot. There's literally pretty much everyone there. Yeah, pretty much everyone, including gods.
The atrocities the Sarkas committed in Victoria are well known. They continue to spread their terror across the lands. If you truly believe in His Holiness's plan, believe in the value of the legati, then you should understand why Laterano can't be merciful here. The friendship that Laterano built at the Summit of Nations is more fragile than the paper windows of this corridor. The Sarkas and the Abbey are resentful and affected by Artoria's arts. There are no telling what lengths they will go to in order to get revenge after they leave. Plus, what would happen if word got out that a Lateran nomadic abbey has been colluding with the Sarkas for decades? How will Laterano uphold its sanctity among the nations of Terra? How will she maintain her already fragile diplomatic ties? What will the holy city look like when the fires of war burn? 50 men, that's all we take to resolve the situation here, and bury it all in the darkness.
Those Sarkas are hunters, farmers. The only mercenary is dead. We saw proof with our own eyes. You're planning a massacre. You talk about upholding Laterano's sanctity. When you're the one defiling it, don't you see the hypocrisy in that?
You're the hypocrite here, Lemuel. The Lemuel is silent. I know I wouldn't have blinked at something like this. Did 5 years of sleep change you? Or was it the so-called martyr?
Orin never managed to say the name. The wheelchair closes the distance in the blink of an eye, and his midsection meets the barrel of a sniper rifle. Leaning against the wall, he barely manages to stay on his feet, and it takes all his effort to keep his voice level.
Gah!
Go on.
Heh!
Blemuin, the saint, the silent. I told you not to get on her bad side. If Orin is a cleaner too. Boo! Then what would that make Federico since the Pope himself was like, hey, let me put Federico on this mission?
To troll Orin. Team 2 at target location. Charge set. All 3 exits on the blueprints of Sanctilla Minium's Ambrosi are under control. If anyone tries to get out, the explosion will collapse the passage and force them back. More like bury them under the rubble. Team 2 was laughing about not being too precise here. Go ahead. Teams 3 and 4 have taken high ground. We have sniper cover in all directions. All teams in position. Right on time. Reverend Orin, we're in position to begin the assault on the Sarkas and the Abbey. Repeat, we're in position. What is it? No response. That's not good. Ha, don't worry about it. He probably has his hands full with an extra large crepe. Does it happen a lot? All the time. First time on a special operation? Chill. The Lateran watches over you.
I think that's funny. It's like, yeah, this is normal for Orin. He's probably just enjoying a very, very large crepe. I want one now. Gosh darn it. Savory or sweet, crepes are amazing.
Just make sure you're ready. We'll go in the front door if we can't reach Orin, or if there's any unusual activity. No one in the hallway. Quick, this way.
That way leads out to the Abbey. Are we looking for Gerald?
No, I need to get you to safety first. Didn't you hear? The Laterans are taking the Abbey by force. That woman, Serpilia, might have played nice, but the army won't. You can't be seen by the Lateran army. You're fallen. To them, you're evil.
Go ahead, Raimund. I can handle it. Don't let me interrupt you. I did Fina.
All I meant to say is that you've never changed. Not to me, Fortuna. Anyway, you're in the same boat we are. It's only going to mean more trouble for the others if you stay behind.
Alright. I'll do as you say. But what about you, Raimund? Will you be alright?
Don't worry. Gerald made plans for everything. I'm sure he anticipated something like this. I'll come back and help once I've found a safe place for you.
Your palms are sweating, Raimund. What's going on?
Nothing, just a feeling I can't describe, like a heavy weight. Maybe it's just that I didn't eat breakfast. If not for all this, we would be having communion right now, with Gerald and everyone else.
Well, plenty of chances. Take a deep breath, Raymond. I'll be the one pulling you along now. Raymond, you sweet summer child. This way. The rooms are all empty. No one will see us.
I'm fine. We're almost to the front door. The Laterans might hear us opening the door. We go right as soon as we're outside. The rocks and tall grass should provide cover. Are you ready? I pull the latch.
Uh-oh. This is...
So that's why I had a feeling. Lateran troops. Stay behind me, Fortuna. Team 1 here. Sarka is sighted at the front door.
No, not Raymond. Oh, sadness, joined by love. Really? Is this really joined by love? I don't feel the love tonight. And oh, there's a bad smell coming into my room. It's a smell of smoke. Blech. I don't like it. It's kind of making my eyes upset too. My eyes sting. I hope this smell disappears soon. Like, what the heck? People, stop. Oh well. I can survive, I can tough it out. I'm a champion. I'm a true warrior. Unless the smell gets stronger, then that's kind of worrisome. Wait, what? What just happened? Oh, someone got through. Oopsies, my bad. Boo! People are already getting by. Rage, rage, rage. Or maybe a guy fell. Either way. Rage, rage, rage. I gotta put down those things faster than later. Boo! Like, silly dude, why you gotta run around like that? Just gonna fall in the hole as one do, I guess. I'm glad he was the only one there, the only civilian. Now I don't have to worry.
Kind of, sort of.
I'm just gonna get rid of those dudes. I don't like how they're destroying the thing. Yeah, I'll just bonk him. Okay, just being prepared. Almost done. And there. Oh, there. Oh, that'll be easy to redo. I just gotta put the planks down.
Good morning, Your Excellency. Good morning again, Jory. Please, see to the others. Yes, Father.
Father Abbot,
Much has happened of late, Cyril. I understand you're unease.
Should we have come? With those people from Laterano?
It'll be alright. All who dwell in the Sanctiluminium Ambrosi are welcome in this chapel. That's how things have been for the last 10 years. Sit up front, Cyril. Just like always. No need to worry. Laterans do not interrupt a community in progress. Please take your seats. Join me in a moment of prayer. Wait, listen, and feel the peace of tranquility. I am Stefano Torregrossa, abbot of the Sanctiluminium Ambrosi. The words believer and kin are not used here. The mundane world has certain conceptions of the sanctum the Sorcas, Order and chaos, peace and war, angels and devils, we share the same conceptions. Our halos and horns are our most distinctive features, symbols etched in the very essence of our life. Our existence alone draws the attention of others. Yet, we have seen the sun rise and set thousands of times together, and we gather here today to partake in communion, to share shelter and blessing. We have spent varying lengths of time here at the Abbey, but even the newcomers amongst us have been here for more than a decade. For a much longer time, we had no way of knowing whether we had been abandoned or forgotten. We did know what perils the path ahead would hold. We did not know what perils the path ahead would hold. That we should meet at a fork of which no one could know. We had conflicts, we had secrets, but we all tried to accept one another. We know the names and habits of everyone in this chapel. We shared food and sheltered one another from wind and rain. We fought beasts and bandits together. We built houses and paved roads together. We plowed fields and harvested them together. We were brothers and sisters. We loved each other and treasured one another's peace and happiness as our own. The bonds that tie us went beyond any physical trait or telepathic connection, transcended by any differences in faith or ideology. Yet, after having endured a long night, it was the fleeting cold before the dawn that overcame us. The nuncios from Laterano, the executors, and emissaries from a distant realm all had their own plans, brought new hope, and forced painful choices. We lost our battered pillars to fire, and our respected and trusted brothers to conflict. Stefano Torregrossa sought that which was most good, even if the answer was an unproven one. For this, I seek your forgiveness. Sanctillaminium Ambrosi is not a paradise, but it is our common home. I have faith that we will make the same choice. Now, I invite you to take communion.
Does it hurt?
Could be worse.
You put on a brave face, but I can hear your teeth chattering.
The barrel of a rifle will never be worse than a bullet.
You can have one of those too if you want.
I can feel your seething anger. You're angry that I violated the purity of your faith. That proves that you're thinking as a Lateran. Your mission is to bring the Sanctillaminium Ambrosi back to Laterano, and to help the lost Lateran kin here. My mission is to preserve what makes Laterano Laterano. Set your sentimentality aside, Lemuel. We're in agreement here.
Enough with your sophistry. Did you learn it from the Victorian nobles or Colombian merchants, Legatus Oren? I said it. The sudden appearance of beasts will frighten wanderers. I'm not going to stand by and watch a massacre happen.
The commandos will be in position at any moment now. You can't stop me.
I can incapacitate you, then deal with them.
You may have surprised me once, but it won't work again. Not unless you actually put a bullet in my brain.
Is that so? Lemon, Oren, don't tell me you're actually going to. A loud crack interrupts the exchange. Again and then again before anyone could react, so loud that it sounds like the patron firearm was being fired right next to their ears. They could not even hear their own heartbeats for a few seconds. I wonder where he's shooting. The projectile leaves a long trail in the damp morning air.
I am Executor Federico of the Laterano Notarial Hall. That was a warning shot. Cardinal Aide Lemuel, Legatus Oren, and Technician Serpilia of the 6th Tribunal. I command you to cease your pointless altercation at once. I see no need to understand your positions or mediate your conflict. The mission remains incomplete. Newly emerged factors continue to present a risk of escalation. This monastery needs order.
Frederico's willing to shoot all three of them. As one does, you know. The only one who's not being scolded right now is Rochelle.
If there is no contradiction between you, yet conflict remains unresolved, if empathy is not enough to prevent a community from disintegrating, then I will be order. That warning shot was also intended for the special forces outside. Lateran troops will not enter the Sanctilaminium Ambrosi without express authorization. You are the one who deployed them, Orin. You will restrain them, order them to pull back 1 kilometer and stand by.
Oh, that's funny. I feel like Orange is doing this on his own. He had his own agenda in the other event too. Orin just want to do what Orin want to do.
Lemuel and Serpilia, the two of you have been in contact with the Sancta and Sarkaz populations here. You will reassure them and prevent the situation from escalating. Meet me in the chapel once you have finished your task. Rochelle has uncovered a lead and is following it. I will find the one responsible for this situation. You will act now. Now, I invite you to take communion. Guess I didn't make it in time.
Rochelle peeks through the gap in the door and sees the gathered crowd return to their seats with the sacramental bread and wine. In the chancel, the aging abbot looks up toward the door, almost as though he is looking at Rochelle. Rochelle thinks for a moment, then closes the door. He thinks for another moment and takes out a spare gun grip, which he uses to latch the door handle.
Almost. All that's left is to wait for it to finish.
Rochelle, you're not gonna be like, don't eat the bread!
Did Federico run into trouble? I guess I'm the only one taking care of things here now. What a chore. I should have taken the mission to search for the missing legatus in Sargon. It might have been a little far, but dealing with the people of the sand has got to be less complicated. Am I doomed to be a workaholic?
Yes, you are, Rochelle. You're gonna be the freebie that I get for this event. So yes, you are doomed to be a workaholic. You're gonna be working in my base.
Truly, our fate lies not in our hands. Let's see. Patient firearm in good working order. If everyone inside... Is 1 bullet per head enough? Don't tell me I'll have to use my fists. I should apply for paid leave once I get back to Laterano. The Notorial Hall had better approve it, considering my workload.
Uh-oh.
We knew the risks.
1 bullet per head, huh? Are the only ones who are gonna be okay gonna be Raimund and Tuna? Devout follower. And also that one sussy priest dude with blue hair. I feel like those are the only ones that are gonna be fine.
All is prepared. Combatants, the people will take their final communion. Will your strings lament for me, or will they celebrate me? I am clueless about music, Arturia, just as I cannot understand you. Here you stand, and here I empathize with you. You seem a total blank.
I am no more than free to perform according to your excellency's will. My music is but a mirror. Arturia, what are you doing? So she's in cahoots with the abbot, huh?
A mirror, huh?
The elderly abbot lifts a porcelain tray, his hands quivering amidst strings overtones. He appears as if wrestling with a sound that echoes throughout the dark, awaiting their end. He was still young when the sounds of paradise arose in the abbey years and years ago, so young that his reflection in the fountain did not yet show a single hair of white. Wildfowls were drawn to these roving soils, fluttering through skies rich with organ chords. Flying for the square, in his old age, the last abbot handed the monastery down to him. Cleric Stefano, the youngest of them all.
You must be their keeper, that they live in paradise.
And how? How would I see them stay in paradise? Abbot Terragrossa shuts his eyes. Storied is his life. The strings continue to echo, 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 and then he lets his hands go. Ah. How painful. So this is your choice. From behind the sealed chapel entrance comes a muffled sound of speech. Federico stands in the spacious hall for a while, listening, then turns to walk upstairs.
Equipment normal. The only loss has been one communicator. Current objective remains unchanged. Proceeding with mission. Locked into suspect. How are things in there? Communion should be over by now. Is it as bad in there as I think? Signs point to yes. Damn, how's Federico? Unreachable. The Church of the Deep doesn't breed pushovers or monsters. Does he know that? Someone needs to do the work. Status on Lemuel and Serpilia. They got your message and went underground to investigate. Alright. That means the trickiest job of all is ours. Is all ours. Let's open up.
Oh, so Oren's actually willing to help now. He's like, fine, you stop what I wanted to do, Executor. Federico, I guess I gotta do my job now. No more being on break and doing whatever I want to do.
And be where we may, and face what we may, it remains that we must respect each other in kind, care for each other in kind. Good morning, emissaries of the Holy City. The trees are empty. Rochelle, get every inhabitant under control. I'll handle the abbot. Is there something amiss, emissary? Amiss? Well, here's the thing. What's got you so down, most reverend abbot? So insistent that Matin today has to be the final one? I'm pretty sure Lemuel's informed you that after we dock back up with Laterano, there's a real chance he'll continue serving as his monastery's abbot. Emissaries of Laterano, you question me. But on what basis? I have made my choice, renounced my vain hopes, that all could be met with equal salvation. The monastery's course is run. On this final matins, may all our trays be empty. I have just delivered them the news. The Sanctilla Minium Ambrosi has agreed to return to Laterano. Return to Laterano? Sir, don't tell me that you thought we let the Church of the Deep off the hook. I told you, my choice is made. Oren, he's telling the truth. The inhabitants hasn't shown any sign of change. I've examined the trays, and they're clean. Yes, I prepared the flesh of those monsters by my own hand and mixed it into all the bread.
Oh, so it's like zombies. It really is like zombies. It's spread through like that kind of thing. Okay. I'm assuming if they bite you or if you bite them, you become one of them.
But though it was meant for matins, I locked it all away in a cabinet underground, lest my starving people ingest it accidentally. Now that all is left, but what you fear flourishes no longer.
I do wonder what it would taste like. Because the seaborn do look like fish. So is it like a fish bread? I'm hungry, so I'm kind of biased. I think I would try it. Which is why he's smart for locking you up, because dummies like me would be like, I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. Nom nom nom.
This is the key to the cabinet door. Take it. It is my plea. This will prove that what I say is true. Perhaps you will know better how to handle the Church of the Deep's givings. Thank you for cooperating. Looks like my gun's resting easy today. What, are you sad about that? Come again? No, I'm just breathing out, finally. We got the rough part of our job over with. Work should be getting back on track now, right? Lemuel, catch what the abbot said. I'm bringing the key down now.
You don't have to. Someone smashed the cabinet open. It's empty inside. Yellowing napkins, pottery shards all over the floor. All the details line up with the abbot's description. And looking at previous accounts, the consequences of eating this stuff are irreversible. If he made them partake already, he wouldn't need to lie to us anymore. Which means someone's gone and thieved this little Eucharist. We have to find them immediately. Finding one person in an abbey this big, maybe a tall order? It's hitting me. I think we've all forgotten a few things. For one, Gerald heard about how that Sancta girl fell, and that dealt him a huge shock. But we would have never let any word out about that falling. How did Gerald learn of it? And for another, just what was the deal with that fire in the sacrarium? Without someone else's encouragement, the abbot might have not have been so dogmatic either. After all this, I've got a bad feeling our abbot's not alone in his despair. When Fortuna went to the chapel, I remember somebody else was in there. So this is the abbot's choice. Not that it hasn't crossed my mind before, that things would ultimately turn out this way. He is kind-hearted, so kind-hearted that he strove to this day, embracing such lofty ideals, and in turn, he lost to weakness at the very last moment. But I'm not like him. It was long, long ago that I gave up on hope. Oh, a guest. I have to say I'm a little surprised. I gave you a fair warning, but I thought with all your rational, logical judgment, you'd conclude that there are other matters of higher priority to handle, or something like that. Oh, look, it's a family reunion. How long has it been since we last met, Federico? Maybe close to 6 years? Aren't you going to say, discontinue this meaningless speech, fugitive Arturia? Or do you finally plan to switch to a different greeting? Why not go back to those days when you lived with me, then, and call me Sorer? Oh? And you're still not angry? The first instant you came through the door and saw me, you didn't even make a move. That's unlike you. Let me take a guess at why you're so out of sorts then. Are you waiting for something? Or are you hesitating? Listen, sounds of all kinds fill this little monastery. Sorrow, pain, suspicion, resentment, and despair. All woven together, more exquisitely touching than any man-made melody could ever be. Ah, how very curious. Federico Giallo. Have you felt anything? Is there any note out there that can dance within your brain? The one so different to how normal people think?
Fugitive Arturia, I fully assess your words and actions. My present priority to address is not you. You aren't in the chapel, Signor Federico. I thought you and your colleagues all had your eyes fixed on the most reverend abbot. You are the prevailing suspect in a series of abnormalities. I honor His Excellency's choice. We all respect him, love him. This was always the way it would be, for we are all under His Excellency's wing. It's simple to understand, isn't it? When every cause sees you expelled from the cities, and your only choice is to roam the wastes, and you become sure your end lies in death. When your stomach groans with hunger, and all you ever find is despair, no matter where you walk, and eternity seems to have you trapped in the land that eats of man. That's when past a gentle hill, and over the rock, you enter a canyon. You see a building past the dust, a building that could dare to be a city, where its people bring you food, and let you stay in a room for the night. Yes, there is only meager grit-like bread, and a bowl of watery soup. Yes, there are cracks in the walls of the rooms, forever in need of repair. But you have not died in the wastes, you have been admitted. And that is why some of you call this place paradise. Paradise. Yet it was a sham. Not long after I arrived here, I found that a Sarkaz friend of mine who'd caught oropathy had vanished from my side. I spent an age searching for her, only to find that she was here all along, in a room in the basement. They say it used to be a training room. Its walls are sturdier than all. It's to that room where they send the deathly ill. Improvised protective equipment cannot obstruct the propagation of originium dust with any effectiveness. We didn't have any other way. Maybe you want to tell me how the sick could decide their own final moments to leave the monastery and go out into the waste alone to wait for death to take them? We can only bury this pain out of sight and cover our ears and turn not to look. We could never save anybody, and there's no one who could save us. But even this facade of serenity is waiting to be shattered in the end. And here we are, you've come. Our mission here is to maintain order. Of course, it wasn't any of you that destroyed our life here after all. It simply and naturally came to the way it is now. As a matter of course, and no matter how carefully I tend to the flowers I plant, when it's time for them to wilt, they will transform into invisible measures until they're beyond recognition. It's all the same. You've been affected by Artoria. You mean by Signora Artoria's music? Perhaps, in them, I often hear recollections of these things. But she's never been a part of our lives. I know. She simply takes our distress, our suffering, as ornaments for her leisure. And so, how could she ever go far enough to disturb our wills, to make these choices for us?
What is Artoria doing? Well, she's the wanted criminal, but girl, what you doing? What are you instigating?
Dangerous articles detected. You've concealed a large quantity of flammables beneath this sacrarium. No, this entire monastery. Yes, it was a possible alternative. Whether you came or not, the tranquil life of this monastery was never going to last. Have you seen what hunger and fear of wandering the barrens can drive people to, Signor Federico? I have. Before things reach the point of no redemption, I will end it all. Clement Dubois, you are suspect in the destruction of the Sanctillaminium Ambrosi and are involved in multiple cases of concern the rights of Lateran citizens. You have been confirmed an executorial target by the Notarial Hall. In accordance with regulation, I will immediately proceed to apprehend you.
This really is Clement's villain origin story. Federico never gives more warning than needed. The gun in his hand simply serves as a place of speech. I'm not sure if he would have done the choice if Artoria wasn't here. Like, I don't know how powerful her music is. Clement is not collapsed. The wasting man clutches at his arm. We're all feeling his loss and gives a bitter smile.
Destruction of lighter confirmed. Why won't you kill me? Why go to the bother of aiming for the lighter? Your actions have not directly led to the deaths of any Lateran citizens. The law would not sentence you to death. The law. So many years I've lived here, hearkening to His Excellency's guidance, following your law. I feel its bind in ordinary times, yet in chaos. In the time we need it most, it disappears without a trace. There was some point in where the music of Signora Artoria became all I could even hear. Signor Federico, is the law of Laterano that wants to save me, or is it you yourself?
Like Clement, my dude, don't go fully to the dark side.
Oh no, there's so many dudes. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
And most of them already fell into the abyss, says one dude. Uh-oh, he really is final boss. Uh-oh, uh-oh. No, sir! Wait, what is he doing? Is he hurting me? I can't tell. What are you doing, sir? I don't trust you. What are you doing, bro? You're just gonna walk here menacingly? Huh? Huh, what you want, punk?
Oh no, oh no, 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 no.
What are you wearing, dudes? Are you ringing there? Oh, never mind, they ran up. Oh, silly me, I should have put up. My bad. I'm just gonna redo it. Let them in.
We have to go.
I'm hoping Clement gets a similar ending to Mike. You know, our boy Mike. Inside of FGO. Like Clement might want to stay here instead of going with the others to Laterano. Which should be fine in that case.
Targets detected.
And oh gosh, I gotta put the stones down. Oh, not stones, the things down fast. I will be speed this time. Oh, he's making them freak out faster. I understand what he's doing now. And I hate that. Okay, they're safe. Where you gonna run now, dudes? Where you running? I don't trust you, dudes. These bros are giving me anxiety. Oh, someone got through. Oh well. I'm just gonna take care of these holes. They scare me the most. I will. Uh-oh. Oh man, I just realized how bad this is. I can't even do this. Shoot. I can only put a healer over here. Yeah, that's a pain. That truly hurts me. I don't like that. Yeah, this is gonna be a painful boss fight. Oof. Clement's just built different. Well, then again, we're not destroying him because he technically hasn't harmed anyone just yet, so it's kind of understandable. And shoot, this is painful. Okay. I don't gotta rely too much on these kind of troops, so I can put out, I guess, Saria. She can help defend. I could bring Kelsey back. She could rejoin my team, actually. Instead of Saria. Yeah, that seems fine. And I want to be able to farm it, so maybe I'll try again without a friend. I just gotta think things out faster. Okay. I'll still keep her there. I'm glad those two dudes who fell there quickly don't count. Oh, happy about that. Because if they counted, oh, that would have sucked. But now I gotta bring out the thing. I'm just gonna keep it slow for now, because I feel like the slightest tinge of fear. It should be no fear, but no, there's fear. There really is fear here. 3, 4, 5. Okay, mud rock. Now I can focus on putting on more planks, if anything. Okay, they're running. 9, 10. Just keep on running, my dudes. Yeah, just keep going that way. Don't fall. Good. Good, you're all good. You're good, my dudes. Stay. And I got distracted for like a second. Yeah, I got distracted and let the guy through. No! Oh well, it's still better than before. That's what I get for falling for the distraction. I deserve that. But now there's a redemption for me. Uh-oh, where are you running, sir? We're gonna run now, sir. We going, dudes. Uh-oh, you're running down here? Alrighty. You're gonna just stand there menacingly. And hello, hello. Now I can focus on bringing others out, like Susie. The power of Susie will save me. Susie's cute. Precious Susie will save the day. Okay, where are they running? 8. Wait, what? He's stealing my cost? Oh, I don't like that at all. Like, don't steal my cost. Uh-oh. 9, 10. Okay, where you gonna run, dudes? I'm guessing they're gonna run up. Okay, yep, they're running up. Up and to the side. Oh, that's annoying.
I'm all stopped. Stay clear of the blast.
Go get him. Where are you running, dude? Boys, where are you running? Oh, sadness. Okay, yeah, that's painful. Okay, I'm not gonna ever farm this one, so I'm gonna bring along a friend this time. Haha, you know, friendship is magic. I kind of want to bring Passenger. I just like his I like his skill. He might be able to help. Round whatever round this is. Don't let the people through, don't let the people through, don't let them fall. I just gotta keep my eyes on the civilians at all times. I'm gonna stare them down menacingly. They cannot escape me. It is futile to try to escape me. I know they go up now. Clements, my dude, stop it! But it's okay for now. Yeah, it's all good. I got this. I understand how this goes now. They're gonna start running soon. And once they start running, then they're gonna do a thing. But now it's all good here. I got this. I totally got this. Kind of, sort of. Yeah, I got this. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, all good for now. Next, I'm gonna bring out Mudrock. She will help me. We just gotta protect the base. Aw, man, I didn't get the doggo in time. There's still hope in the world. I hate how the doggos can just run past most of my people. Okay, now where are you gonna run, sir? Where are you gonna run? I know you're scared. I'm gonna start running. Okay, now they're going down. Okay. I don't want to waste all my planks first thing, so I gotta be super duper careful. I'm just gonna be slow for this entire thing. Oh no, the pain and suffering.
しかして人こそが最後の兵器なのです。
Oh, they're gonna start running soon? I gotta bring out a healer. Silly me. Healer would have been smart. But no, I'm not being smart enough. I can't resist. Okay, healer, there. Uh-oh, they're gonna start running soon. No, they're gonna fall. Unless Myrtle. Okay, let me just start covering up the holes. Yes, cover up the holes. Keep them safe. Keep them happy. If only I had a thing to keep them happy, like legit. But no. Okay, where are you gonna run, sir? Where are you running? Start running, my dudes. Sirs, you're giving me anxiety. Start running already. Okay. Then I'll cover that hole. Now I can, once the guy gets close enough, I can do this. Very good. Always gotta get my emotional support, Susie. Oh man, I didn't use a heal in time. Oh well. No regret. Okay, the dudes are gonna start running again. We're gonna run, sirs.
I'm all stocked. Stay clear.
We're gonna run, you silly weirdos. I'm gonna start covering all the holes. Oh, please do not die from getting hit by boulders. Why are you standing there? Yeah. He just got hit by a boulder. He died from the boulder. The boulder got him in the end. Yeah, don't need to worry about the boss. Just worry about those dudes. Silly, silly dudes just running around, getting hit by boulders as one do, I guess. I need a lot more cost quickly. That'll be the strategy. Get more cost. Lots and lots of cost. Have few of them just guard. So instead of Chen, I guess I'll bring out Saria instead. Yeah, Saria should be good here. Need cost. I gotta keep on fixing the floor for these dudes. Because they want to run around. They're just like, wee! I'm just glad the ones that fall in the hole in the beginning don't count. Look at them. Being silly. Okay. 9, 10. Put that down. Okay, use that. I'm just gonna put her down over here first thing. They can't run through. Slowly getting prepared. Yep, they're starting to run. Hey, those dudes are running again. And now I'll just put her here. Oh, that's actually a bad spot. She's gonna get hit by the rocks, but it's okay. She's a champion, she can handle it. And now I'll have over here for protection. I'm just gonna have people spawn camp, kind of. Yeah, it seems good. Oh no, the civilian's getting scared again. Uh-oh. They're gonna start running soon, and I don't like that. I don't like when they start running. Keep running, just keep running. When they run down, they're gonna stay there for a tiny bit. Don't forget to use her to get... That's ready. He got rid of that dude. Oh no, they're stealthy now. Or that one's stealthy. But it's okay, they're not by my civilians. Uh-oh. Which way do you run again, sirs?
Ready to go. Watch for the blast.
I forget where you start running. But I'm prepared. Okay, they run this way. Alrighty, they're gonna stay there for a tiny bit, so I have time to prepare. Oh no, they're scared. Oh wait, they don't see that guy, so it's okay. It's okay for now. We'll just have her do a thing for as long as she can. Uh-oh, they're gonna start running. Where will you be running, boys? Okay, you run up. Just keep running. Just keep running up. Yes, to the side. Good. Good boys. Just stay there. Just stay there, okay? At this point, there's not too much worries. Just gotta wait for them to run. Yeah, just keep running, dudes. Just keep running, just keep running. I'm just gonna bonk people as fast as I can. Oh, they're hit by the rocks. Okay, I don't have to worry anymore. They're dead.
Ready to go. Watch for the blast.
Now I can just fight. Because I didn't let that one out. It's all good now. Yay! Now I don't gotta worry about the people. What people? It's like I've won, but at what cost? The cost of my sanity. But yeah, at this point there's no fear. What is fear? She don't exist here. I don't know her. I don't even gotta take care of all the holes in the ground. They can just be there. This is fine. All is fine in the world. Or maybe it's not. You know, maybe I got too complacent with how things could be. Actually, no, it's fine. It's fine now.
I'm all stocked. Stay clear of the blast.
I got scared for like a second there. Only a second. All good. Never doing that again. What should have something to look forward to in life? It's a funny thing to say out loud. Isn't it granted after all? Yes, it's always the civilians. Like, gosh darn, the civilians are always gonna be the ones that get me. No matter what. If we don't expect the slightest thing out of life, then why are we endowed with life? And born into this world anyway? It can't just be to suffer, can it? You see, children don't think about such strange questions. Oh, childhood, how carefree were our days. Only when we've left it behind, when we can appreciate its worth. For adolescence, and for our prime, the same things goes. Filled with worries moment to moment, yet in time, when you look back and wonder to yourself what those little worries even meant. Back then, we had the strength we could never use up. We always wanted to do something or other. We always believed life would get better. And so we were earnest, and so we strove to live. How strange. Wasn't everything meant to get better? It's hard to say at what point it happened, but it was like I'd lost the vigor to long for the future. Narrow grew the spaces that could accommodate me. Thinner grew the air that could give me breath. Now my life was heavy, and I could see the end of it, and it had hope no more. As if a stone rolling down a mountainside. And you can see, and I can see, it's not going to ever stop. It's just fall and fall and fall, until it's shattered apart. Do I still have hope for Clement, yeah?
My flowers, they're all gone. Do not step forward. This part of the building has suffered repeated structural damage. It is a high degree of instability. Clement, come back. No, Signor Federico. I need to look one more time. You previously stated that the flower you're looking for is not here. I did. I just want to check. All the flowers are dead, and not a single one, had the luck to be saved. I am unable to analyze your behavior. I am unable. I planted these flowers myself, to stand for friendship and hope, but they stopped caring about those things long ago. Nobody follows the flowering seasons anymore. They forgot the one thing above all they shouldn't forget. Isn't it ridiculous? How some could suspect Ryman of the fire just because he's a Sarkaz? After living beside each other for so long, the harder the times, the closer we should come together. So His Excellency says, I want like nothing else to believe him, and by all rights I should. But the truth is placed before me, and I can't turn my head away. Why do barriers never cease to be? Is mankind doomed never to understand one another? The tiniest chaos is enough to shatter the order. The moment confusion envelops, people begin to hurt one another. Enough. I've put up with it for far too long, or far long enough.
Clement staggers his way before the holy statue, scorched in the fire. No second lucky flowers there. Only an old wooden tray, holding a few slices of driest bread. A staff of life somewhat strange in scent. Into his mouth it goes, and he chews. It is a faint brininess, with a flavor as astringent as the tides. Because I'm hungry, that actually sounds good.
Disgusting.
Or it's disgusting, you know, maybe my taste is horrible, apparently.
Clement, put down that object. Put it down? No. Last night, I was intending to go to confession, but ended up overhearing the abbot's plan. It made me think, surely, at least Gerald and his people didn't need to take part. They're about to leave anyway, weren't they? But why? Did it all turn out this way? I'll eat of this until it's gone. You are not doing this to prolong your own life. Why are you still attempting to change? I just want an answer. I want to know if there's any being in this forsaken world that can save us.
Federico knows he must stop this man before him right now, but in fact, he stands there, rooted in place. Just a few steps outside, Artoria begins to blow her cello. Strings cutting through Quietus's curtain. The sentiments within, Federico does not grasp, and he never tries to grasp. But for the very first time, the executor cannot help his own actions. He begins to lose his understanding of himself. Why? Why did he not act the very moment he saw the other party? Why, despite this feeble man consuming a thing that turns people into monsters, has nothing happened at all? The song rises, key rested up by one tone. Between notes, the silence that disperses seems a mocking joke.
Is this blood? So, this is it? What's the point without... Respiratory rate quickening. It is possible that the blunt force trauma has caused bleeding to your lower respiratory tract or lungs. If steps are not taken, it may lead to suffocation. You require prompt medical treatment. Until then, I'll perform first aid on you. No,
Clement covers his mouth with his hands and tries to stifle the sound of his coughing as hard as he can. But still, the blood spills forth from his palms with a discomforting viscosity, dripping down along the creases in his fingers. He staggers backwards and tumbles to the ground before the statue. The graven image he burned almost seems now to accept him once more, murderer bereft of strength that he is. Its broken arms fall to either side, as if in a gentle embrace. Clement feels a wave of peculiar warmth.
Ha. Look at me. Aren't I entirely alright? So even this turned out to be false. The abbot was made a fool of. There's no God out there.
Why doesn't the bread work on him? It seemed to work on Hyman. Or maybe Clement got trolled. He got a bad batch of bread.
What you ate originates from some kind of oceanic detritus. It is exceedingly probable to have induced mutation on the physiological level, but it has never had anything to do with the god you speak of. Ridiculous. You are in terrible condition. If you continue to worsen at your present rate, you will enter shock and the risk of death will be enormous. Really? That's just not bad. If you wish to leave any last will or testament, I am able to serve as your executor and nominate. Well, no, I don't have anything to leave. Lateran, our paradise is a lie. Your faith is hollow. Any friendship, faith, hope, future, it's all gone. No one can really be saved. No one. No one can truly find redemption.
Is this a sort of choice? Is this some kind of happy ending? The executor stands there and moves no further forward, beyond the touch of anything or anyone. All his tribulations gradually fade away. The weary gardener finally closes his eyes. Still the lingering sound echoes. Still I can feel it. A shake from the strings to my fingertips in the final moment. A last note so sharp it could tear skin. Yet at the outset, the melody was calm as a babbling brook. Someone otherwise so ordinary used his own life to prove one thing, that there is no such thing as a savior. His unyielding mind triumphed over his own changing flesh. Such beautiful music! This is the spirit of mankind, tenacious and free, of a timber those lamentable sea creatures could never know. This song will bring his story to all. They will understand his feelings, exalt his determination, and sing praise of his courage. Clement Dubois will be remembered forevermore. Unfortunately for him, there's probably not a chance to flourish with his flowers, though. Unless someone replants them, that's the sad part. If everything's burned to the ground, even the seeds. Unfortunately, like, it would be sweet if he could become one with his flowers, but no, that's not how it's gonna be. Unless the flower seeds are built different. Wouldn't you say so, Federico? But no, instead, Clement's gonna be with his besties. You know, Gerald and the others that he liked, like that one lady. I was expecting you'd stay there a while longer. After all, you seemed to care greatly about the man who died. You even thought his affairs were higher priority than capturing me. Federico, have you learned compassion? Or you still as you were, unable to discern the emotions others feel, estranged from the crowd?
Fugitive Artoria, your originium arts have once again induced the death of another. I cannot ignore the greatest threat within my firing range. For the laws of Laterano, your sentence will be extended again.
It was his will to seek death. Even had I not performed, he would still take his path. Time after time, I simply shed light on the scars across these poor people's hearts. And what do bystanders do but turn and look away? Are you stung by his experiences just as others are? Federico, you still can't make sense of uncontrollable urges even now, can you? Just as the abbot persists along his path of thorns, just as I cannot help but want to perform the emotions of others.
I certainly cannot make sense of them. Whether I do or not it has no impact on my implementation of law. But I proceeded to the sacrarium so that Clement would earn his rightful treatment. He was not worthy of death.
Oh? You wanted to save a man who intended to destroy himself? Haven't you realized? That's not a notion logic would fit at all. Clement said that once a flaw, imperfection, or wound manifests in something seemingly perfect, it is broken beyond repair.
I will test the accuracy of this statement.
You have become just a little more amusing, Federico. But only that little bit. Perhaps, come next we meet, that's when I'll be able to play your mind. Sadly, it's time I wrap this trip up. I did not expect her to be a fugitive. And that her power is literally the power of music.
Excuse me, might she be Frau Artoria?
I've been waiting for you.
My apologies. We were the ones who extended an invitation to you as our guest, and yet I was late to arrive. Finding this place was an ordeal.
Have I perhaps come at a bad time?
Federico. Man, oh man, I look at this scene and my brain is a pretzel. Federico, how did it happen that you faced off with Artoria?
Good morning, Heron of Lateran.
Good morning, gnädige Frau. Federico, her coat of arms is from one of the Kurfürsten, the principal's electores. You can't make a direct move against Artoria right now. The Laterano-Lithuanian ties would be at risk. I refuse your suggestion.
Are you done talking it over? Actually, how about it, Federico? I give you one chance. If you want to put your gun at me, then this is where you want to aim. The black-haired woman clasps the executor's tense gun hand in her own. She presses the muzzle against her own forehead. Just pull the trigger and your bullet will pierce my skull, and from then on, I would never bother you again. Federico, do you want to do that? Why don't you give it a try?
I'm required to arrest fugitives. If the situation does not necessitate, then shooting to kill is generally not advised. But your argument is extremely rational. What are you? Listen to me. This could be an international incident.
I like how he's like, you know what you say makes sense. I'ma shoot you.
Hold on, Oren. I don't think things are that serious. No, she will be fine. You do not understand this woman.
I'm only playing a little game. For Artoria, is this some kind of applied art? Even so, what you just did was far too dangerous. Thank you for your concern. I'll be cautious next time, should there be one. Federico, think of this as a clue from me to you. Have you ever felt like there's a performance that never ends? but you can't hear it. And ooh! Hello, hello, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Then until its grandest, most wonderful passages, everyone is deaf to it. Well then, the music is over, and it's time I went on my way again. Herrschaften of Laterano, off Sehen. If you'll excuse us. You're actually just gonna stand there and let them go? I thought it'd take at least Rochelle and me at the same time to hold you back. You were extremely noisy. What? Hey, Federico, where are you going? He's headed for the area by the clock tower. If I remember right, that's where the Abbey Cemetery is? Alright, no more gawking. All's well that ends well. Plus, we still got things to do. She could still have her patron firearm. She just might not carry it with her. Or she made it into a cello. I don't know if you can modify your gun like that, but there can be musical weapons. Like how there are stuff like... I know gun umbrellas exist, so why not cello guns? Signor Federico? Signora Arteria? They're gone. It's okay. Let's go look somewhere else. Eep, why is there a man lying down here? Shh, he's asleep. We shouldn't wake him up. Oh. I know who this man is. He grows really pretty flowers. Same kind as Mama always brings home to put in the vase. What are you doing, Sarah? You know Mama gave us that. But he might catch a cold sleeping here. Mama said good kids learn to be appreciative. You mean appreciative? Okay, we'll let him borrow it for a bit then. Once he wakes up, I hope he'll keep growing heaps and heaps of pretty flowers. Yeah, I'm sure of it. Yo, kids, you shouldn't be wandering around here. We haven't seen Raiman and Fortuna in a while. I hope they're okay. Guide by light. I hope we can meet again one day in the Holy City. Oh, there he is.
Hey, wingman. I'm talking to you. Hey, come back. Assuming that wingman is an epithet for Sancta, there are multiple individuals who fit that name. I'm talking to you. I know your name is Federico. Very well. You really know how to piss people off, don't you? I don't have time for your crap. That guy, Oren. He said that Gerald, for me and Fortuna. Is it true? Is Gerald really? Yes, Gerald is dead. Now that you answered, I'm starting to wish you didn't. I don't get it. How could it be? I'm sorry, but this is a fact. Huh. What are you sorry about? Bah. Keep your distance, wingman. Close your eyes. Don't look at me. The thing in your head is way too bright. It hurts my eyes. I just need a second to adjust. Very well. Gerald gave you his knife. The choice was his. It's not my place to argue. But I can't let you take it away. You have to know what it means to take the weapon of a Sarkaz mercenary. It means carrying on the legacy of his name. Yes, that's why I'm going to take it back from you, along with Gerald's name and his honor. I challenge you. You won't win. I have to. As long as I draw breath, I will find you and challenge you. Don't you dare underestimate me. I refuse your challenge. How dare you? I'm challenging you to an honorable. Gerald was a mere hunter. There is no legacy to inherit in this knife. What do you mean? Exactly what I said. If you want a knife that inherited the name of a Sarkaz mercenary, I have never been in possession of one. You're wasting your time challenging me. If you want the knife of Gerald the Hunter, then yes, I am currently in possession of it. Why, do you want it? Bird and Beast's dung. This was Gerald's treasure. He wouldn't never let me take it just like that. You keep it safe. You just wait. I'll lead my people to find a new path, just like Gerald did. I'll come back for it when I've earned it. Very well. I will keep it safe until then.
Raimund. Stop gawking. I think you can take it. What about you? You said you couldn't hold a gun anymore. Are you praying with it? Yes. I have a feeling it will answer me again. Can I still use it, Serpilia? Why not? It may be a little old, but you can trust my handiwork. I used to study antique guns, you know. Lately, though, I'm finding new things a little more interesting. Do new things scare you at all? There's no point being scared. One wants to learn more, in spite of the fear. Besides, somebody once told me that techniques exist to be used. I didn't understand this at the time, but now... Now? I understand a little. I'm a craftsman, and I'm responsible for the weapons I craft. Well, set that aside for a bit. What about you? Are you ready to leave the Sarkaz? How did you know that what I was gonna say? No empathy would needed to guess your thoughts. It's not such a big deal when you put it that way, is it? You wouldn't come looking for me at this hour with a solemn look on your face if you're planning to come back to Laterano. Sorry. I promised to come quietly and accept the punishment I deserved, but now I'm trying to run away. So will I let you go? Take a guess. Your whole deal here is kind of a headache. You'll have to wear a hood all the time if you live in Laterano. I see. I guess that wouldn't work. Not that it'll be much better anywhere else. You'll need to hide your horns, your appearance, and your gun. And I'll still be your warden. You'll have to keep in touch with me no matter where you go, as long as you live. You won't cause me any trouble, will you? Wait, you're letting me go? Well, won't you get into trouble for that? Worst case scenario, I quit my job at the Curia and work at this place called Rhodes Island. That was a joke. It's true that I'll have some reports to write when I get back. I'll think about whether to get started on a resignation letter after that. Anyway, you owe me more of that pizzella now. Thank you. Thank you so much. Are we still kin? Does it matter? You're not getting off the hook, kin or not. I want those pizzella next time I see you.
The convoy is almost here. The Abbey can start moving once it's refueled. Well, this was a tricky case. Even though the location wasn't that far from Laterano, I think I should borrow a bed at the Abbey, get some rest. I didn't see you do anything particularly tiring, Rochelle. Weren't you pretending that you didn't know anything? Or should I thank you for not being lazy enough to dump all the evidence linked to the Church of the Deep into the sewers? Don't be so uptight, Orin. I'm sure Federico remembers the Sarkaz mercenaries dossier better than I do, and you and Lemoine are definitely more familiar with the Church of the Deep cases than I am. Plus, don't you think we're starting to get along a little bit after you gave up empathy? Why are you bringing that up? No reason, just sometimes it's better to know less about a guy. Like you. Like how you have to close one eye when you shoot. Just to make it clear though, I took Lemoine's instructions about confirming whether the Abbey had anything to do with the Church of the Deep seriously. At the end of the day, I suppose we can all sleep better at night. You're lucky, or should I say we're lucky. The monastery gets the supplies it needs to return to Laterano. The disruption to the inhabitants was minimal. The fallen girl has gone with the Sarkaz. Laterano will be able to find her. And the Sarkaz if need be. Laterano's image has not been materially affected. Things don't turn out so well every day.
Happy ending? Happy-ish ending.
I prayed for a smooth trip to Laterano, safe from bandit attacks. We should be fine once we get to Laterano.
I hope so. The emissaries for Laterano don't look like they've ever been hungry, and their clothes are brand new. I envy them. How do they plant their crops, or do they give everyone a gun to hunt with?
Who knows? I can't imagine. I can't imagine what I'll do with my time if I don't have to spend all my time fixing houses and making tools.
I'm trembling, and I can't tell whether it's from excitement or fear.
Let's pray. Our faith will protect us. Well, we did our best, didn't we? As for whether things will turn out well in the end.
Do you know where Mama went?
A child? I thought everyone was gathered up here.
Mama's not here, but she came back last night. Yeah, Mama brought us a gift last night. We led it to a sleeping man.
Sleeping?
He was sleeping really deep. He must have been having a nice dream. Yeah, a nice dream where he's in a field of beautiful flowers with his besties. Yes, indeed.
And Nabi built upon a mobile plate, moving again after being stranded for a decade, almost becoming one with the land. An impressive sight, the convergence of destruction and rebirth.
Yes.
You seem troubled. Do tell if you feel unwell. Your transformation is yet incomplete. The path ahead will be laborious.
I'm fine. Will the Laterans treat those children well?
I believe so. The sitting pope is known for moderation and benevolence. They'll likely be taken in by foster parents and grow up in Laterano. Traveling with the fallen angel, and with the eyes of Sancta from the Curia on them, it is unlikely your kin will face any retribution.
I'm glad to hear that. Only one thing, Bishop Aulus. They're not my kin anymore.
If that is what you think, then that is what it will be. This stranded paradise is no more. It is time for us to set out. Once again, we welcome you, Hyman.
What are your plans?
Sinners cannot be choosers.
You may have had the intention to cause harm, but at the end of the day, you didn't do any real damage. Personally, I see no problem. But Velev might be a little stricter where Iberia is concerned. It doesn't seem like you're very happy with that answer.
I apologize for the discourtesy I showed, Reverend Nuncio.
I sense your sincerity. I accept your apology. But I also sense that it's not what you really want to say.
It's not an easy thing, judging oneself.
I do wonder why Hyman joined all this guys. Maybe he offered her stuff for the kids, like extra food and cloth. Because she really does like the children. And she was hungry, so maybe that was the only thing she could eat. Because she gave them the regular food, so she's hungry and ate the cursed bread, the forbidden bread.
It is true that I fell to despair and knelt before the malice in my heart.
What is more deserving of punishment, harm caused out of benevolence, or malice not put into action? To me, it's the former.
An idea could be fleeting, or it could not, or it could take root silently, biding its time. How could you know that this is simply the result of a single moment of weakness? What would this place be like if I chose another path? I can't say that I've purged the caprices from my mind. I can't even say that I will believe in our laws.
But you can still feel it, don't you?
Yes, I do. Every waking moment, I prayed that the people would be given their due, prayed that this little corner of paradise would not slip through my fingers. But I waited for so long. Too long, so long that I began to doubt that the very existence of faith was simply a self-imposed conceit.
How does it feel? Despair, fear, sorrow. What else? The feeling of...
Incredulity. How do we doubt something that exists in one's own mind? It means you've begun to doubt yourself, with terrible consequences if one is unable to dispel the doubt. If even faith could be false, then how much of Stefano is real?
I want to understand, I try to understand, but I overestimate myself. We could never truly understand one another. Understanding remains precious, fleeting, even with the incredible power of empathy. But having experienced so much, I have begun to think that there are many emotions that can be communicated from one to another, and understood by most, even without the empathy. At least, I can say that I have begun to understand the thoughts of a certain individual, not because I sense something, but because I have experienced it myself. I offer this to you, Bishop Stefano.
It's...
The notebook of a cleric who spent some time here. I thought you might find it interesting. Perhaps just like you, he had many questions and many troubles.
You asked me about my plans. I plan to return to Laterano, but not with the others.
You mean you want to travel to from here to Laterano by yourself? At your age?
Please don't stop me. I must rediscover my faith. If there comes a day when I atone for my sins, if there is truly such a thing as miracles, perhaps I will find my Laterano then.
In that case, I wish you the best of luck. Well, good luck out there, Stefano. Good luck wandering by yourself in the wilderness at your age. Good luck, my dude. I hope you find your answer, Father Stefano.
We will meet again in paradise.
The old man says no more. Age has taken its toll on him. As have the ordeals of last night, the lines of age fill every gap on his face. Before Lemuen's eyes, Stefano Torregrossa walks out the door, his back slightly hunched.
Executive Federico reporting in. As previously reported, the two nuncios are confirmed alive and well. They are expected to return to their posts in Laterano soon. Plans are in place for Sanctillaminium Ambrosi to resume movement. Setting a course for Laterano's outskirts, it is expected to arrive at its destination before spring next year. A request for supplies has been made to the Curia to ensure reliable mobility and to meet the everyday needs of the inhabitants. 41 of the 153 inhabitants of the monastery will depart the abbey. Serpilia will track and report on their subsequent movements. The Sarkas you mentioned, I must admit my surprise, even though I had a hunch. Whether it was the state of the abbey, the movements of the Church of the Deep, or Artoria. You've done well, Federico. I failed to meet your expectations. Our intervention destabilized the situation in the abbey. There were 3 casualties. You have doubts, my child. Yes. I can rectify a wrong if I see it. I know many ways of stopping a sinner. But at no point during this mission was there a clear course of action. What was the result? Why was the result suboptimal if no error was committed? Are our laws suitable for all circumstances? If not, on what do I base my actions? That is where my doubts lie. I don't have an answer for you, Federico, because this is the question that troubles me as well. But I'm happy that you're beginning to ask these questions. I don't understand. There's no need to be anxious. You're beginning to ask questions that you've never considered before. Is that not a big step forward? It's like pulling the cork from a bottle of fine wine. The hardest part is over. All that is left is to pour out what you want. I'm going out to visit a friend, one that you're not unfamiliar with. I'll take your question to him and share with you the answer he offers.
The towering statue is silent. The rays of the morning sun pour in. The executor ends the call and looks up. The aging Sancta silhouette begins to fade into the morning sun as he slowly walks away. As she sees him off, Lemuel gets a feeling. The feeling that she has not seen the last of the old man. As he said himself, perhaps he will find the Laterano that he is looking for. Let's believe in the old man. He'll be fine. But hey, bittersweet ending. Casualties was at a minimum. That's nice. For an Arknights event. And hey, Fortuna did not end up going to jail. She gets to travel with her bestie, her remaining bestie. Big oof to like some of the others though. It's like a bittersweet ending. I'm glad they stopped Oren's plans. I half expected Oren's dudes to shoot Fortuna and Raimon since they saw them. But I'm happy that didn't happen. Like, that's a good thing. My gosh darn it, Oren. Freaking Oren. Oh well. He stopped being sus to do the mission, which is good. That is good. I like how Executor didn't even, or Federico didn't even go after the kids after that. He could have checked on them, but no. He's just like, they'll be fine. And now Rochelle has to take care of them, because Rochelle found them. Good luck, Rochelle. That is his new life. He has 2 more mouths to feed. That's why he has to work part-time at Rhodes Island. He's like, oh no, I cannot provide for the children with my current salary. I need another job. Understandable, Rochelle. That's why we hired you. Because we know you're a good worker and we'll help you take care of the kids. We have good benefits at Rhodes Island. We have a daycare system. Totally, right? So, we'll take care of the kids while you work here. That is now my headcanon for why Stefano joins. I mean, it's Stefano. Why Rochelle joins. Nah, if Stefano joined too, that'd be fun. But nah.
ラテラーの交渉人役場からこちらに派遣されました。インサイダーと申します。こちらが契約関連の書類です。次はどちらのオフィスへ向かえばよいでしょうか。
And there, I have hired him. Now he can support his new kids. He will take care of the twins good inside of my Rhodes Island. Woohoo, success. Now I just gotta keep on farming. Ha ha ha, I got this. This'll be fine. GG, easy, totally. No fear. But yeah, I'm satisfied. I am satisfied, and I do wish I could try that bread. It's forbidden bread. It is cursed bread, but the way they described it sounded good to me. Like Clement said it tasted disgusting, but sometimes, like, I've tried like salmon bread before and I liked it. But yeah, that was a good event. Did not expect to see Artoria again. And then learn that she is a criminal. But now I'm expecting more events with the sea folk, just based on that ending. With Aulus and Hyman. Probably Aulus if anything. But with that being said, I will get some food now. Okay, so she will be going to Iberia. So thank you for stopping by the stream. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Epic gotcha luck. I kind of want fish now. I know I have dried fish in the fridge. I will forever love dried fishies. They are like the ultimate snack for me. So I'll see you guys later. Bye bye. Woohoo! Finish the event. Hoo 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 ha.